and he started tipping it to himself, and I hit him right underneath here, and I busted his spleen. We drove back down that road, and I was like, man, I'm going to Virginia. Coach Welsh was a mean, grumpy old man. You're one of my favorites, but you're not my favorite in his typical fashion, but you're not my favorite. I'm like, his hand just literally stops the ball from going across the goal line and knocked his ball back. Everybody else thinking this is a big deal. I'm like, well, hell, don't we supposed to win all the games? It was like somebody threw gasoline on me and struck a match, and my knee was burned from inside out. I got up, I walked out. Because I said my mama was sitting in the stands, and I knew she would cry after she saw me laying there. My biggest hardship, or whatever you want, tragedy, probably didn't turn into be my biggest blessing. So I don't care what people say about Art Modell. That man called me, said, you my pick. Then everybody think, oh man, you play, you can be a coach. Like, really? Nah, not really.
You know the words to Rocky Top yet?
Good old Rocky Top.
Welcome to another edition of No Holds Barred. I'm Rich Roth. And before I introduce my guest, I want to welcome a new partner of the show, Moore & Giles. Moore & Giles, as many of you know, has been crafting premium leather bags, accessories, and furniture for homes and businesses for over 90 years, based right here in Lynchburg, where they continue to support our community in a variety of ways. If you want to check out any of their collections, just hop online at mooreandgiles.com. And it's really appropriate that we kick off our partnership with Moore & Giles today because the leadership at Moore & Giles has very strong ties to the University of Virginia. Sackett Wood, along with his boys, all attended UVA, a couple of them playing football up in Charlottesville. And while Trey Petty's a VMI guy, his daughter Alex will be attending UVA as a freshman this fall. And the reason that's so appropriate is because my next guest is a legend up in Charlottesville. Roaming Scott Stadium with crushing hits and blows and making big plays for so many years for the Cavaliers. He was a Playboy All-American. His number 3 retired in the rafters of Scott Stadium, and he even began his coaching career there, all after a tremendous career here in Lynchburg at Jefferson Forest. Anthony Poindexter, or simply Dex.
Yeah, that's what they call me, I guess.
Welcome, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me.
Wanted to do this for a while. Excited to talk with you once again. Man, ever since your, college days. I didn't know you in high school at JF, but an unbelievable career there. And we're going to talk about, that and UVA and your career with, in the NFL, a lot shorter than it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then obviously now coaching at the University of Tennessee after a long stint at Virginia, and then UConn and Purdue and a good run at Penn State.
Yeah.
So, unbelievable. Football's your life.
It had become. Yeah, it's been my life for a long time.
Let's start out. Talked with Coach Christmas. Love to get background and always get some good stories. And Coach Christmas had some good ones. One of the ones, let's start with this one. You're in middle school, I believe, playing running back, and decided you weren't going to play football anymore.
Yeah.
And what did your dad say to you at that point?
Well, really, it was after my freshman year in high school. So I was playing running back. Ryan G, the baseball coach at JF, now the head baseball coach, me and him best friends, been since knee high to a grasshopper. He gets hurt, like in the scrimmage, breaks his leg. He the quarterback. I'm the running back. I don't want to play no quarterback. So since my brother was the quarterback, coach like, you gonna play quarterback. So I'm like, so I have to play quarterback. I'm playing defense too. But then I was in that awkward stage of growing 9th, going into 10th. And I was like, man, you know what? I don't even want to play football no more. I'm gonna play baseball and basketball. And it wasn't so much my dad. So I'm sitting in. I had Mr. Hawley, my basketball coach, had him for a class. So I'm in there telling him this. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna play no football, coach. I want to go all in on basketball. I'm going all in on baseball. And he's like, I wouldn't do that. He's like, I would keep all my options open, you know, play football, play baseball, play basketball. And I did. And thank goodness I stuck with the football piece. And it's ironic, though, you know, nowadays you go into high schools, most of the time the basketball coach don't want the kids to play football and vice versa. But he told me, like, just play them all. And here I am today, 25 years of coaching and a long playing career. So it's kind of Mr. Hawley that kind of got me on the right track.
That's interesting. Coach Christmas said that your parents, and I want to talk about your family because I know how important it is to you, you know, how they've grounded you, given you unbelievable perspective and all of that good stuff. And we'll talk about all that. But, you know, the way Coach Christmas remembered it, your dad's like, yeah, fine. If you don't want to play football, you can come to work.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely, well, I already knew that piece was going to happen. Like, so you just going to work during the fall and then wait for the season to start. So, you know, but I think I almost was willing to just do that, just to, I don't know what it was. I kind of like, I was kind of awkward moving in football. Like I just didn't, and then all of a sudden I played my 10th grade year and it just kind of like, it clicked. And, cause I was always pretty good in Little League, you know, but like this 8th grade year is kind of like, I almost got in this weird stage where I didn't think I was going to be that good no more. So, but thank goodness I did.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. So your sophomore year, my understanding, I wasn't here in Lynchburg yet, but you guys made it to the state championship game. Your brother was the quarterback. He got hurt, and bam, now you're the quarterback.
Well, Coach Christmas, well, obviously, I'm the backup quarterback now, coming from the JV. So my brother, like, cracks a bone or stress fracture in his foot. So we got like 2 games that coach is gonna make my brother play. And then we got
different world back then.
Then 2 games that he know, like, I can be the quarterback and we can win them.
Okay.
Because then my brother can come back. It was gonna be like a 3-week in a cast or whatever.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened, man. And we was undefeated. So coach strategically set it up, got my brother to the certain game, put the cast on him. I took over for, I think I had a bye, and then I took over for another game, and it kind of just worked out, and we was able to stay undefeated, and we was 13-0 and went down to Nottoway. I never forget it, man. We could take a nice trailway bus down to Nottoway, and, you know, we pull up. Ain't none of us been to the state championship, so I'm in the 10th grade. And we pull up, we get there early, and it's like we about to play in a prison yard. You know, I don't know if people been to Nottoway's old stadium. It's like concrete all the way around. It's like a prison yard, man. So we show up, and these dudes standing outside, and we get off the bus, and they was like, it's a nice bus. Y'all gonna need it to lay down on the way back home. I'm like, oh, Lord. And ironically enough, though, we score like the first second play of the game, like Spinner go for like 80 or 70 or 80. And then they commenced to just kicking the living daylights out of it. I mean, it wasn't this bad. It was like 28-14, but they
felt bad.
It was bad, though, because then they did knock my brother out. I had to go in for a spell, but yeah, it was an eye-opening experience, but it kind of helped us for the next 2 that we actually won, though. So
yeah, so actually 3 state championships in a row you guys played for. Yeah. Lost that first one, won the next 2. And you know where I want to go now, because another story Coach Christmas told me was about I think it was the second one, Matoka.
Oh, Matoka.
Matoka. Uh-huh. Okay. So you're playing Matoka. He's telling me the story about, you know, end of the half and should have run out the clock. And instead he decides to run the ball because he thinks, you know, you guys could break it open.
Right.
Fumble, give up a touchdown. All of a sudden things turn and he's all ticked off at himself, right? He's blaming himself. And he tells me that he's getting ready to go in the locker room to talk to the team. And he said he never went in because he heard you just laying into that team. And he's like, I don't even need to go in there. What did you say?
Well, I really, at that age, I really can't remember what I said. Probably some profanity and Coach don't cuss. But at that point in my career, I mean,
You're a senior that year,
I'm a
right?
senior.
Yeah.
This is 3 straight seasons. I'm playing 14 high school games. So that's a culmination. I played over, almost 40 high school games. And I had been to this spot. We was at home, actually. That's because we had beat Matoka on the road as a junior. Come home, we had a younger team my senior year. Like, we were young. I had running backs with 10th grade. We had a few dudes that had been there and played in the state championship. So I just went in there and told them, hey, man, like, look, we got a standard here. This is how we do business. And we actually came out and beat them 21-14 in the second half and, brought Coach his second state championship. So it was a good deal. But Coach gave me some freedom. He taught me a lot of things. Naturally, as a person, I was not a stand out in front leader. I think he saw I had leadership skills in me and qualities, but that's why I didn't want to be the quarterback. I didn't want to be the dude calling the plays in the huddle. I didn't want to be the dude calling the plays on defense, but him, Coach Landis, he always put me in that spot. Like, even though I was uncomfortable, I was a kid in school. I wasn't a great student, so didn't like to read out loud, so they weren't really my makeup. And I really want a bragful, boastful person. So kudos to him that he kept pushing me into those situations because I guess he just saw it in me. And, by the time I was a senior in that last game of the season, I felt comfortable standing in that moment and being able to say what I had to say to the team.
He told me, tell me if this surprises you. He told me you're the best leader he's ever had.
Hey, that's a lot. That means a lot for me coming from him. I respect Coach a lot. Like I say, I owe Coach a lot. I don't think I'd be where I am today without him. Just how he taught me certain things. I know he told a lot of stories, but I'll never forget this story. So, the Virginia High School All-Star game used to be a big deal here.
Okay.
A big deal. So we got a running back on our team that's got selected. So we going to this All-Star game. We about to leave Jefferson Forest. Coach gonna drive us down. We getting our stuff. Coach called me to his office. He's like, hey, we're going down here and you're gonna win this MVP. You're gonna be the best player down here. And I'm like, Coach, man, we got Aaron Brooks gonna be down there. It's gonna be a lot of guys. Like, a lot of guys going to Virginia Tech, a lot of guys going to Ken Oxendine. It's some real players. I'm like, I ain't never seen them play, but I'm like, all right, Coach, whatever you say. And so enough, man. I was able to go down there, but he planted that seed in my brain to say, man, you the best player. You can go down here and show these people why you the best player in the state. So,
and sometimes you need to hear stuff like that from people like who and respect, and
I just respect him a lot. And
extra boost of confidence or whatever.
And I think it was more a little bit of fear too. Like, I'm like, hey, I respect you this much, Coach. Okay, if this is what you telling me, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. So, but he gave me that confidence to go. Because again, look, I'd have done a lot of stuff around here. You are still always nervous about taking your talent somewhere else. You taking your talent to the Tide World where they say that's the best.
Bigger stage.
Bigger football, bigger guys. I went down there the year before to watch Cornell Brown play in it, though. And he won the MVP. Okay. So I'm, as a fan, I go watch the game. And I'm like, okay, I see what it's about now. And I knew what kind of energy and what kind of mindset I had to bring when I come play in that game. But Coach just helped me with all that. He helped me with my self-confidence. And yes, I can do it. And, you ain't from a small town. You think big, So I owe him a lot.
Tell me about the transition. You played quarterback, you played safety. At some point, you kind of have to make a choice, right? When you're getting ready to go to college.
No, I didn't have to make a choice. I was playing defense. Like I said, I didn't even want to play quarterback. I'm like, so Coach got me playing quarterback. We a wishbone team, though. So it ain't like I can really throw. Even though I threw for 1,000 yards, it was a pop pass to All-American tight end we had.
And he takes off.
We got thrown a wheel route to the two running backs that were D1 running backs that we had. This little team I had in Jefferson Forest had 6 D1, 7 D1 players on it in a 3-year span. That.
Dude, incredible. From little old Forest.
Yeah, and all of us grew up. Nobody recruited them. We all grew up together. So the ball really didn't travel that far in the air when you say like I threw 4,000 yards. So, but I want a quarterback, so I always knew that, and I always played defense. Like so, I play both. Like nowadays, it's like I go watch these kids play high school football, and it's like the coach won't let them play. I'm like, shouldn't the best player play on both sides of the ball? Not come off the field, but be this mate. We never came off the field. Played on special teams. Coach wouldn't let you come off. I called both sides of the ball. So I had the offensive wristband on one arm, the defensive wristband on the other arm. So it wasn't like I could come out anyway. It was like...
Did you ever get confused?
Hey, look, sometimes.
Oh, wait, wrong arm.
But again, it was just another thing of coach training me up. But I knew I wanted to be a defensive player. Coach Landis was a great defensive coordinator in high school, man. And, we had a lot of good assistant coaches. But Coach Landis taught me how to run to the football, how to be aggressive, how to be tough. And I tell people this all the time, tell the kids I coach now, I'm like, this man promised us this little T-shirt, a Black Swarm T-shirt. It said Black Swarm. You want to be a part of the Black Swarm defense. That's what, you had to show up in the screen on every 90% of the time to get this T-shirt. So if you ever watch me play in high school, I just keep flying through this and I'm just hitting the pile. It just taught me how to just get around the football because I wanted this. You wanted the T-shirt. It got to be $1 T-shirt. I mean, it couldn't have been. It won't it won't dry fit. It was short sleeve. It was just, but it only had one Black Swarm on it. And we all wanted this T-shirt. But it taught me how to just run to the ball, not get tired, stuff like that. So I just tell people, I'm like, yeah, coach just, I ran to the ball and I started hitting people just because of this one little cheap T-shirt. Coach Christmas said they had to pull you out of practice because you were lining up on the defensive line. It didn't matter. You just always wanted to be on the field. Yeah, look, I mean, we didn't have a big team anyway, but I just like playing. I like competing. I like, no job bigger. Ain't no job bigger for me. If I got a service for somebody, hey, you go over there and you service. I did that in the 10th grade because I want to start on offense. So when the offense was practicing their plays, I went over on the defensive side. And a lot of times you play D-line because they ain't have enough D-linemen and just have fun, man. It didn't matter. You just want to be out there playing football. No, we just wanted to play. It beat the hell out of working for John Henry Poindexter in landscaping. So, and my uncle on farming. So I was like, yeah, I'd be out here doing anything. We're going to talk more about Florida State coming up in just a second. But one of the other things Coach Christmas told me was that he was at a practice at Florida State. And he was talking with Bobby Bowden. And he said at this point in his career, Coach Bowden, was kind of the CEO, didn't get involved in practice. And I remember watching, and it may have been, when you were at UVA, but I was watching a game where, they were beating the crap out of somebody. But, it's early in the second half. And Coach Bowden's doing interviews. Yeah. Not even the games. You see the game going on behind him. And I'm sitting there like, what's going on? But I mean, he had it rolling. Right. But Coach Bowden told Coach Christmas that you were the hardest hitting player in college football that he'd ever seen. Yeah. I mean, Coach Bowden, that meant a lot because even when the tribute they gave me at Virginia, they got a quote from him saying, that and, saying how good of a player I was and to earn his respect because I played against his teams and he had some real dudes out there. It's like, this ain't the Florida State people seeing nowadays. Like they was as good as they got, and so it meant a lot. It meant a lot for him to think that highly of me, But like I say, it all started back here. I actually played my little league here in Campbell County. I played for the Brookville Comets. Okay. So I grew up, my rival was the Timberlake Lions, so I played more games at Brookville before I went over to JF, so, but it all started here. But, I've been fortunate, I've been blessed, to have good people and good coaches and, good teammates, so. Speaking of the hard hitting, true or false, in high school, you hit two guys on the same team so hard they both went to the hospital. I mean, the legend always gets a little bit bigger than it really is. All right, so give us the real story, because I'm sitting there going, are you serious? Two guys in the same game? Nah, it was we playing Liberty Bedford. I'm in the 10th grade. they got this tall, like tight end, wide receiver, but he in the tight end area. They throw a pass, like the quarterback leading, and he started tipping it to himself, and I hit him right underneath here, and I busted his spleen. So, but now look, I'm 5'9", 150 at this point. Like, and everybody was like, ooh. But really, that was the hit that made me like, okay, now everybody think I'm a hitter, so I got to keep smashing myself into people. Because it ain't natural to just smash yourself.
Right.
But it's like, so now I got to keep up this stigma, or whatever you want to call it. And, but that is true. That one is. But not two people in one game, you know. Not two people in one game.
Okay, just one.
I think just one.
and Coach Christmas pointed out, and I think everybody who's seen you play, clean player, not, nothing dirty, nothing, anything like that. And I know that was always important to you to play the game right.
Yeah, now I talked a lot of
trash.
Yeah. And Coach got me one time for that. But I mean, it's like, it was just like, it's competitive, man. Like, I'm if I'm off the field, you would have never known I was like played or nothing. But it just something happened to me, like step on the court, step on the baseball diamond, step in the football field. It's just like, I could beat somebody that I really wasn't, you know?
The
like
competitive juices. I mean, we hear that about a lot of great players. Yeah. It's like nicest guy in the world off the field, but on the field, different person.
You could be something that I could be as violent as I wanted to be. I could say whatever I wanted to say to people. And like if they wanted to fist fight me, I would have lost every time because I'm not a fist fighter. But when I crossed that line, I just became something different. Again, I go back to my coaches, man. It was kind of like how they trained you, man. Like you can be something else. And then none of it was dirty. I ain't gonna be a dirty player, but the game was played totally different back then too. Mm-hmm. So nowadays, if you looked at those tapes, you'd be saying like it was dirty because we hitting guys in the head, we hitting them like we forearm shivering them, we doing all kind of blindside blocking them. But it was all clean and it was just fun.
Tell me about the recruiting process.
My recruiting process?
Yeah. My understanding, UVA, official visits, UVA, Tech, Tennessee, and Carolina. Is that right?
Yeah.
I heard the story about Tennessee.
Yeah.
You're going down there. Oh, Coach Christmas told me Coach Fulmer was in there and, came in to recruit you. And he's like, he borrowed, Coach Christmas's phone. And Christmas said he didn't know if this was the real deal or not, or if Fulmer was playing games, but got a call, said, hey, Peyton Manning just committed, number one player in the country on offense. And I want the number one player in the country on defense. And you went to Tennessee in a snowstorm. Tell the story real quick.
Yeah, man. Like, so I just drove it. So Tennessee, 4 hours. I mean, easy drive. Mm-hmm. Get on 81, go down, hit 40, and you right there. So we going down. And at this time, I hadn't really been that far away from home. Like, we just didn't travel outside the county really that much. So we go down there and it starts snowing. So a 4-hour trip turned into a 6-7 hour trip. And by the time we got there, I was frazzled, man. I was frazzled. I'm like, I already didn't want to go that far away from my mom and dad. And 4 hours was right on the cuffs. And I was like, I ain't really enjoyed the visit because I was just like, ain't no way in the world I can go here. No way. And it's a nice place, man. It's really nice. But I'm just like, I'm ready to go home, man.
And you're on that recruiting trip with Peyton Manning.
He came in that Sunday. I left that Sunday. But ironically enough, me and Peyton met in college because his wife was going to UVA and his brother-in-law was playing on the same team with me. And we ended up being in a Playboy All-American together. So it's kind of ironic that we end up meeting each other and becoming buddies. But yeah, I couldn't go there. Go to Carolina the first trip. That was the first one. It was in December. Everybody was like, well, your daddy loved Carolina. I'm thinking to myself, like, my dad had never been to Chapel Hill. He always watching Dean Smith basketball. He don't love no. So everybody like, you gonna go to Carolina? I'm like, it won't be because my dad loved Carolina. Like he just watched the Carolina basketball team. But growing up, a lot of teams own TV anyway. You ain't like the cable now. You can watch anybody on TV. So Carolina was on a lot. So I love Mac Brown. Mac Brown was great. Mac Brown, my parents loved him. But I was like, yeah, that was a good visit. you know, then I go to Virginia Tech. My whole high school go to Virginia Tech. I got 2 college teammates that went to Virginia Tech the year before. I go on my visit, Cornell there. Like, it's all, I miss everything on the visit. I miss the lunches. My daddy was about to whoop me, man. I miss the lunches. I miss the meetings. Cause we over there playing basketball. I'm acting like they ain't take me to nothing. Like they would, and my dad was so hot. He was so embarrassed, but he wanted to beat me to death, man. So I had a great time there. So they think they good. Unbeknownst to everyone in my recruiting process, I don't think they took it as serious as it was. My best friend, Ryan G, we always said we wanted to go to the same college together. He gonna go play baseball, I'm gonna go play football. You know, we had done everything together growing up, same class, like you know. He commits to Virginia in December because baseball.
So did you guys talk this through? I mean, you decided you were going to go together. Did you talk about going to Virginia? Or did he just say, hey, by the way?
So he had NC State, we didn't, you know, like it ain't like the kids do now. Like I'm just watching what he doing because I know I got time. I was getting recruited by NC State. I was getting recruited by Virginia. I was getting recruited by some of the schools he was thinking about going to. But as soon as he announced that he was going to Virginia, we had wrote this story back in the 6th grade. And I remember our teacher saying, well, you know, you guys ought to figure something else, you know, this might
not work out that way.
And I be doggone. He going to Virginia. I'm like, he done kind of made it easier for me. So Virginia was my last visit. I go there and it was everything I thought it was going to be. And we driving down that road and in my mind, because nowadays kids committing early. You committed on signing day back in the day.
Right.
It was Wednesday.
Right.
So
but
I kind of told Virginia.
First Wednesday of February.
First Wednesday in February.
Yep.
And that's what happened. We drove back down that road. I was like, man, I'm going to Virginia. We wanted to be roommates. We were roommates together. Like that second year, we kind of lived separate, but he would come to my games. I would take the football guys to his games. And he's still coming to see my games now. He bring his boys, like, and no matter where I've been. And I try to make it back here and doing spring recruiting to see him play at least once. I couldn't do it this year. I'm pissed because, you know, now we do so much position recruiting and nobody brought me this way. But yeah, man, Ryan G, that's why.
And no one else knew that kind of pact that you guys.
I don't think these college coaches really knew it to that extent. I mean, they looking at us too. We salt, we pepper, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how close can it be? Like,
right.
This be like brothers.
Yeah.
And his dad, the first one that took me to UVA years ago, like we was in kindergarten, he took us up to see the state championship basketball game. I had never been to UVA. Interesting story, but you know, like that was the reason I went to UVA.
So you had a blast at Tech, but you didn't do anything. Your dad was ticked off.
Man, he was so hot, man. He wanted to,
Tennessee had no chance because of the snow.
No chance.
You ever look back and go, famous line from Steve Spurrier, you can't spell citrus without UT, right? Because they were always going to the Citrus Bowl rather than the biggest New Year's Day bowls back in the day.
Right.
And that was when Peyton was there.
Right.
You know, I mean, do you ever think about, man, I could have gone there, I could have played with Peyton, what might have been different or no?
No, I think about who I played with. You know, obviously I played with Aaron Brooks. I played with Rondé Tiki. I mean, like in my opinion, back then, you actually more dudes stayed local and close and played for their state, played for their school, whatever you want to call it. You know, you had some outliers, but I wouldn't go back and change it for nothing, man. Like my experience in college and the guys I played with and the coaches I played for, it was. I couldn't ask for a better career.
All right, let's talk about Coach Welsh. You get up to UVA. Well, first and foremost, who was it? Danny Wilmer who recruited you?
Oh yeah, Coach Wilmer.
Coach Christmas told me that Coach Welsh, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Coach Wilmer didn't want him anywhere near the recruiting trail.
Nope.
And I read something where you said, man, no one wanted to talk to Coach Welsh ever. Navy guy, I mean, disciplinarian. I mean, tell me about Coach Welsh.
So my recruiting experience with Coach Welsh and my playing experience with Coach Welsh, totally different than my coaching, when I started coaching experience with Coach Welsh.
Okay.
Coach Welsh was a mean, grumpy old man. But to his credit, man, he treated everybody the same. Whether you was Tiki Barber going for the Heisman or the walk-on that was like the 150th dude on the, he ain't talk to Tiki, and he ain't talk to him neither. So it was like, and he would walk right past you. Like me, we were so nervous of the man. And look, I was All-American at the school. I'm a captain at the time. If I opened that door and he was on the elevator, I'd be like, nah, I'll wait for the next one. It was that uncomfortable being around him.
Really?
I mean, it was terribly uncomfortable. Because he was just like grumpy all the time. I'm like, what's wrong with this man? He don't never say, and you know how I am. I'd be like, hey, coach, keep it kicking. He don't even act like I was invisible. So then they named me captain, and they got the boys like, oh man, we want this drink machine in the locker room. You got to go talk to George. I said, I ain't going to talk to George, man. They're like, no, you the captain. You got to go. So I mean, I got to work myself up to go talk to this man. And I'm playing for him every Saturday. Like,
well, and you're a senior. Is this
I'm a junior now, but I've been there. Okay. I've been there long enough. I've been around him. Like, then I'd have made some plays. So it ain't like I'm walking in like, and I walk in there and I'm like, Coach, the guys want this. They want this where we can have some drinks, like like a little fountain machine in the locker room. He's like, that's it? I said, yes, sir. So. Okay, we'll get it. And I'm like, and I scurried out of it. I'm like, who the hell was that? I'm like, what was I just? So it was just weird that way. Then the boys wanted to wear like, we used to have to wear tie because in the military, we had to wear tie. Guys wanted to wear the sweatsuits on the road. So I go ask him about that. And he was like, okay, but everybody got to be look the same. And there was certain things I was like, he was going to rip my head off, but he never did. But like if you saw him out on the field, grumpy. But he really never messed with the defense. So if he came over there, we would like yell at him and scurry him off. So it was kind of a weird dynamic. We all respected the hell out of Coach. Mm-hmm. Now, if you got mad about something he said and like you was a real dude and you bucked back at him, he would just like run because he thought you was going to try to mess with it. Like, so he would run off and be like, it was the damnest thing you ever seen. So he was great though. Like, so when I knew how much he loved me, when I went into his office, when I was thinking about coming out as a junior. So I go in his office, I'm like, he gonna give me all these reasons to stay. Now I wanted to stay, but he gonna give me all the reasons. So I'm like, Coach.
So coming out as a junior, you were projected to be a first-round pick. And big money, NFL, whole deal.
There was a lot of dudes up there, though. It was like 6 of us. It was like 6 safeties. And then back when safeties were really going in the first round. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking to myself, well, if I come back, I'll be the only one. Or like 1 or 2, Mm-hmm. But either way, I go in, and I'm thinking he going to be like agreeing with me. So I'm like, Coach, thinking about coming out. He's like, look, you got to do what you got to do. He's like, you rated high enough. I said, but Coach, I want to come back and play for you, man. He's like, look, man, I done made my money. I'm good. You got to do whatever you got to do to take care of your family. And he was like, now, if you want to come back, here's your practice plan. If you ain't got to do this, you ain't got to do that. And I was like, flabbergasted. I'm like, who is this guy? But right then, I knew how much he really cared for me. Because he could have said, nah, man, back then, a lot of coaches say, nah, you need to stay. But he was like, nah, I'm good. I got what I done made a real good living out of this. Mm-hmm. You got a chance to go make a real good living for your family. And if you feel like that's what you need to do, you go ahead and do it. But, obviously, long story short, I came back to college because I really wanted to come back. I thought it was going to be really good, which we were. And, things happened. But now, my relationship with him after, so I go back there and start coaching. Chris Long getting honored at, like, the Legion something. And I'm GA, and so they say, hey, we want you to go with Coach Welsh.
GA, grad assistant coach.
I'm a grad assistant coach. We want you to go sit with Coach Welsh. Y'all gonna sit on this, up at this table.
The days, yep.
For this award thing. I said, what? Y'all gonna send, why y'all want me to go with him? He don't talk, man. Like, he don't say nothing. I said, this gonna be, I looked at my wife, I said, man, this gonna be a terrible, terrible experience. So I get there, and man, me and him just start chatting. Like, he wouldn't, like, I'm asking him questions, and he telling me all about why they coached me the way they did, what he was thinking, boom, boom, boom. Then he said, you know, you're one of my favorites, but you're not my favorite. In his typical fashion, but you're not my favorite. I'm like,
he wouldn't quite give you that, number one.
But I know who his favorite is. Chet Moeller always been his favorite. Chet Moeller played safety at Navy. I already knew. Yeah. But he was like, you're one of my favorites, but you're not my favorite. But what people, like, he the only man that can tell somebody something like that.
Right.
And you don't take offense to it. I'm like, hey, well, at least I'm one of your favorites.
Right.
But nah, and then after that, man, like, he would be in the kitchen when I'm coaching at Virginia, reading his newspaper. But if he saw me, he would want to chit-chat. So I had to start sometime by peeking there and here and there. I'm like, man, I just got to come back because he's going to hold me up too long. So it was just so ironic, man, that
night and day.
From when he was coaching to when he was a non-coach. And like, it was just night and day. And I'm so happy though I had them times with him just to get the chance to talk to him and really understand who he really was, you know? Because most of us, man, a lot of dudes left there, they just didn't like him. Because he didn't talk. He didn't, like nowadays kids would have a hard time with a coach like that. Because I spent more time talking and relationship building than George ever, you know. Now, he knew who the kids were and all that kind of stuff, but he ain't caring about how you're feeling today, man. Like, you got a job to do, so. But I was fortunate to be able to play for him.
Florida State game. I was actually in Charlottesville working at WINA, the flagship station that year. And huge game. Florida State had never lost an ACC game at that point. They're ranked number 2. You know, like you mentioned earlier, I mean, they were it. Not like Florida State now. They were unbelievable with Coach Bowden.
Yeah.
And, and they come in and you guys have the lead and there's 4 seconds on the clock and they're down inside the 5-yard line. Last play of the game. Walk me through it.
First off, I'm on the backside. So only reason I'm in the game is because Coach Lance put a 3-4 defense in. And we had Sharper, we had Ferrier, we had Skeet Jones, who was the starting linebacker. So
not bad.
Yeah, and Sharper got hurt one game, so they moved me to linebacker. So, but before this game, we was running 4-3, so I would rotate in. But Coach Lance said we're gonna run a 3-4 defense this game. Want to put you on the field, get a little bit more speed, by the time you're gonna start. So. But we in this defense. I'm on the backside. I watch him snap the ball right to Warrick Dunn. I see it. So I'm flying over from the backside. I trip. Right? So I hit him. I don't know if my momentum is going to be enough to keep him from scoring. Somehow Burnham, well, I hit him off the trip of like either Ferrier or Sharp or somebody tripped him. And then I'm hitting him. And then Burnham knocks the ball back then. It's the damnest thing I ever seen, man. And I'm watching it. Like, it's like slow-mo. I'm watching. His hand just literally stops the ball from going across the goal line and knocked his ball back.
They say he didn't make it. Virginia's upset Florida State.
Because you can see, like, Warrick Dunn's body end up in the end zone. Like,
and it looked like Burnham was kind of, I mean, neither of you guys really hit him square or, it was just like,
it was like
he's getting tripped up and you're hitting him from what end?
Yeah, it's scramble mode, but that was our team that year, man. We just found a way, man, somehow to win some games. And me and Burnham had no clue, though. Like, we were so young in our process, young in our career. We redshirt freshmen. We didn't even have no sense of you don't supposed to beat Florida State. Me and him. We just out there, like, everybody else thinking this is a big deal. I'm like, well, hell, don't we supposed to win all the games? I don't really, you know what I'm saying? It's just the magnitude of it. And for like what it still represents to me today, I never would have thought about that I'm 19 years old, man. I'm like, all the people going crazy. But yeah, I mean, That's what I came here to do, to win these kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to have, I mean, it's 30 years later and people still talk about the game, still talk about the play, you know.
Fair to say. I mean, that was the biggest moment, I think, to date in Virginia football history.
I would have never believed it, though. I'm thinking to myself, like, they've been ranked number 1 in the country.
Right.
You that it had some, but, you know.
That was a Thursday night game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one.
So national TV,
Right, it was nice.
number 2 Florida State, never lost. You know, everybody's pouring onto the field.
Yeah, it's crazy how many people like. Now I was watching that game that night. You know, it's a memorable moment for sure. Like one of the most memorable moments of my career. But I wish I could remember more of the details because as I got older, like I had to go back and watch the tape now, like because I don't really. Nah, it was a great night for the program, and you know. Then I was fortunate enough to be there to coach the next time we beat them with Hagen's, which I thought that was maybe one of the best performances I've ever seen. You know, what Hagen's did that night, but yeah, Florida State game.
What else stands out from your playing career at UVA? And we'll talk about the NC State game in just a second.
What really stand out to me, and most people think the game stand out and the tackles and the interceptions, man, we had a great time in college, man. And I watch the kids nowadays because of some of the stuff that come with it, the money, the agents, man, we were just kids, man, having a good time playing football, doing something we love. We had to try to figure some things out. Now, I'm not saying not to pay the kids, but it was something about, hey, man, can I borrow $1? Can I borrow $2? Talking to your buddies, though. Like, you had to share. You had to, I mean, I'm close with these guys. We don't have to see each other every day, man. Like me, and see them on the road when I'm recruiting. I might not see them on the line. It's just like we pick right back up. That was the best times of my life, man. Ain't telling no lie. Like we just had so much stuff. We shared so much stuff. I learned so much. You know, it molded who I am really. And yeah, I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
So you said earlier, you go into Coach Welsh's office after your junior year. He's saying, he's not telling you to go, but he's basically saying it's okay to go.
He gave me his blessing.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. You make the decision to come back. You want to come back. You want to take the team. Right. It's about the guys. It's about the team. It's about the university and, you know, just finishing the job type of thing. You're having a great year. The NC State game comes. One of the things I learned from Coach Christmas, you took out an insurance policy on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, we've heard about this before. Lloyd's of London, usually, is that the one?
Well, Lloyd's of London is like what Peyton Manning did. So you can go out because he was going to go higher than me, like higher on the money, a quarterback. But you got to pay for that out of your own pocket. NCAA gave you the same kind of policy. It won't call Lloyd's of London, but the NCAA would pay it, and then you just had to pay the NCAA back once they would front the money, basically.
Gotcha, okay.
You know, so, which ironically, all the stuff can change now.
Right.
But, so I took out $1 million policy. But they tell you if you qualify for it. So Jerry Capone comes down, he tells me, hey, man, you qualify for, you know, $1 million insurance policy based on your draft grade.
Right.
I'm like, Jerry, you know, now the NCAA, we whoever can take care of it, you have to pay them back. If you don't use it, you have to pay them back. So in my mind, I'm like, at least I got some protection.
Yeah,
but I'm 21. I don't even know what they're talking about, to be honest with you.
Right.
I seriously didn't. But it was like a big deal because you knew you was a high-rated draft pick if somebody talked to you about insurance.
Yeah.
I don't even know how the insurance work. I'm just sitting there, okay, yeah, go ahead. But, so yeah, they got that on me.
So then the NC State game. Late October, your senior year. Tell the story.
It might be the best game plan Rick Lance ever came up with. They got Torrey Holt. He killing everybody. And we put this coverage in, man, like it's basically 3 people on him. So at worst case, he gonna get double teamed every play. So we doing good. We got them under control. We're gonna win this game. They throw a ball out to our sideline against the corner. Guy catches it. Now, I ain't done this my whole career. I think the kid got him and about to push him out of bounds. So I slow up. I don't never slow up. I just keep running. For whatever reason, I slow up. The guy cut across the dude's face. I mean, he literally a yard from the sideline, though. Like, it ain't like he 5 yards. Like, he got like maybe a yard or two to work with. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking dude gonna go out of bounds. Cuts back across the dude's face. So now I'm kind of like, oh, shit. So I'm pick it up a little bit, but now I'm kind of like stuck. And I got the corner, the receiver running at me, and Pat Kearney running from the stack, chasing the receiver. And I'm kind of stuck. Like I'm in this vulnerable position, and all three of them land in my leg. And my cleat didn't move. It didn't budge. It just, my leg just went straight to the ground. It was like, and I'm standing straight. So it was like, and I knew it was instant. They're like, this ain't good. Mm-hmm. It was like somebody threw gasoline on me and struck a match, and my knee was burned from inside out. Ugh. So, but this is what I tell all my little kids now that I coach. I've been telling them this for years. I said, but this is my claim to fame. I walked out of there, boys. I said, I got up, I walked out. Because I said my mama was sitting in the stands, and I knew she would cry if she saw me laying there. And it took everything I had in me to get up. Because my leg was just like... Three ligaments. Hamstring off the bone. So it was like skin, it was just the skin. And I get over there, Doc McHugh, Hall of Fame doctor. I said, Doc, I ain't gonna say what else I said, but I said, look at my leg. And he turned, like, this man has seen a multitude of injuries. He turns around. It was like, put ice on him. And I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. It's over. It's over. I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. And then he took me aside, make sure I ain't had to drop foot. I was blessed that I ain't have that nerve damage where you hit that nerve in your foot, you can't work your foot. Mm-hmm. So then the next day I could see Doc just, back then, man, like people coming back off his injury now. But back then the medicine hadn't caught up. So he looked at me, he trying to give me encouragement. I'm just like, Doc, man, I can come back off of this, man. Like, you just tell me what I got to do. And, we did it. We made a good run. We made as good a run we could to try to get back. I got 2 years in, and my biggest hardship or whatever you want, tragedy, probably turned into be my biggest blessing. I wouldn't be a coach. I wouldn't be infected, the kids I infected, and done the stuff I've done through the coaching lens and through that piece that I would have done it as a player. So I just think, God got a plan for you, and that was my plan, like to affect people, not through my play, but through as a coach and leadership and stuff like that. So
you may not remember this, but your senior year, you came on the sports line every Monday after every game. We had set it up ahead of time, right. And you would, you'd call in and, we'd talk to you, and it was great. Local guy from the Lynchburg area, local school sort up at UVA, and we'd talk with you every week. And the Monday after that injury at NC State, I was stunned that you were on the phone, and your attitude was incredible, and it still stays with me to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody I talk to who knows you, Coach Christmas, Dennis Carter, right? The list goes on, talk about your perspective, your attitude, just so positive when, your whole future at that time, it felt like, had blown up like your knee.
Well, I can't take credit for it. My mom and dad got to take credit for it, my family. My mom grew up with no running water in our house. Like, my grandma got running water in 1998. Wow. I'm playing against Auburn. I'm in the heyday of my career, and my grandma still ain't got running water in the house. I'm using the outhouse down, and it's 20 minutes down the road right here. My dad lost 2 brothers, lost a dad, before he was 16 years old. Got two younger sisters, and my grandmother take care of. My dad been a grown man since he was 16. And he never lived his own life. From 16 on, he been the dad, the man of the house. And I don't know if you ever met my dad. He might be the happiest person I ever met, not to have not one plug nickel, man. He the happiest man. Like, I ain't never seen him sad. I don't never see him down. Like, his perspective on life, it's incredible. And I'm thinking to myself every day, I'm like, if my dad can think like this and all the stuff he been through, why would I ever be sad? I just want to be a happy person, and when people come see me, they can get good vibe, good energy. You know, if you down, come see me. And and I try not to let nothing, get me down to the point where it's just all over me. Even my kids, man, I try to teach them like that, man. Like, look, man, life throw you stuff, man. It is what it is. Think about it in the best way you can. Like, make a bad thing a good thing. Because something good can come out of it, even though if it's a tragedy.
Yeah, and that's easy to say, it's easy to preach, but to actually live it in that moment.
Yeah.
When, you're talking about first round draft pick, great NFL career, all this is ahead of you. And, literally, 1 or 2 days after that injury, that positivity, it's like you're picking everybody else up.
Well, I had a dude come down, and what really put in respect for me, man. I'm sitting at the game, and look, I had my days, man, where I was woe is me. I try not to take it out into the public, but it's like, man, why me, man? So I'm at a basketball game. I'm sitting on the floor. Somebody gave me in the old U-Haul. I'm on the floor. And this guy comes down, no legs, man. Come down on his hands, man. Come down. You know how that old U-Haul, come down and says, man, I feel terrible what happened to you. And I'm thinking to myself, what? That man come all the way down his hands, tell me who gonna be able to walk. Now, I might not be able to play again, but I'm gonna be able to walk. You can't even walk, man, and come down and tell me how bad I said, man, look, I need to pick myself up. I need to pick my attitude up. I need to pick my job up. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And the saddest thing for me was, it wasn't nothing that I really wanted that bad. I wanted it for my folks. When my folks had a big house, I wanted them to live a certain way because I thought that was gonna make them happy. But you think about how I was been raised, my folks been happy and we ain't had nothing. But that was gonna be my gift to them.
Yeah.
And that was the most devastating thing. Because I didn't really even know what money meant. Like, I tried to go to pros out of high school in baseball. My mom told me no. I tried to go as a junior in college. My dad said, don't do it for me. Like, I take care of your mama. Like, I was like, Dad, I'm gonna go to pro. He like, If you want to go, you go for you. Like, I take care of your mama. So I wanted just to repay him for, like, all the good and how they raised me and how, like, we didn't have a lot of monetary stuff. But, man, won't nobody love more than me. Won't nobody, like, taking care of more than me, like, in the sense of, I love my mama, man. I love my daddy. My daddy was a disciplinarian. He taught you the right ways to do things. My mama was an overly loving mom. I would stand out there. If my mom didn't come to the bus stop, man, I faked a whole week of being sick because I thought something had happened to her. Because she didn't show up and I got on the bus without seeing her. So I act like I had a stomach bug the whole week because I was, like, nervous. So, I grew up a certain way, and then I got all these family, cousins and stuff like that. So I got stuff that money can't buy.
You had the $1 million policy. $1 million is a lot of money right now.
Back then, it was a lot of money.
Well, a lot of money right now still, sort of. But back then, and
I would have had to pay 10 grand of it back. That's how much the policy cost for $1 million. So I would just had to give them 10 grand, and I would have had all the rest of it. Won't no tax, won't nothing.
And you said no.
I said, look, man, once Baltimore drafted me, I was like, okay, somebody willing to take a shot on me.
Seventh round.
You were
projected first before the injury.
Yes.
And you wind up going in the 7th, but the Ravens roll the dice on you.
Art Modell rolled the dice on me. That man called me in the 7th round. I'm sitting there in my little house that lived on Warrick Road. I'm down and out, bro, because I'm watching these safeties go in front of me. I'm sad. My whole family over there.
I was better than them.
And it's like, man. And then that man called me in the 7th round. The owner of the Baltimore Ravens called me. So I don't care what people say about Art Modell. That man called me, said, you my pick. And every day I was in that building and he was there, that man came to see me every day. And I'm there with Ray Lewis. I'm there with all these. I mean, we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm there with real players. That man came and saw me every day he was in the building. How you doing? Leg doing all right? Talk to me every day. So, I mean.
So you're working your tail off to get back to play for him, for you.
Yeah.
For
the team.
That $1 million, you're on probably league minimum at that point.
Yeah, and league minimum was not what league minimum is now. So you go, so that first year, I don't even think I'm going to play. But I'm getting better. I ain't the same player now, so I ain't never become the same player again. But I'm getting there. So, and this is why I respect Art Modell and the Baltimore Ravens too. I do anything for the Ravens. They activate me. I ain't really ready to play. But they activate me for 3 weeks, so I get an accredited year. So a year counting towards my pension.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see me move around a little bit. I didn't really play in the game. Then they shut me down. So I got my 1 year credited because you have to play 3 games. You have to be active for 3 games.
You played a little special teams, right?
The next year I played.
The next year, okay.
That first year, they just activate me.
Okay, so because you're still what?
Like I'm still rehabbing. I'm still rehabbing. Okay. I couldn't believe it. Like we're gonna give you a test run, like whatever. And I think they just did it just so I could get my 3 games.
Mm.
And then the next year I played some special teams. I played on some short yardage defense. I could show flashes. I just never could. My body couldn't hold up. And I wasn't consistent enough to be the player that I was. But at that point, I started to come to grips with it. And then when I get cut after the Super Bowl year, go out to Cleveland. Then after they cut me, it was just like, then I had a bulging disc in my bag. And I'm like, come on, bro. It's just time.
Tell me about the Super Bowl run.
Oh, man. You talking about a good year, man. And had some fun, man. Like we was like a college team. A pro team that's a college, which is hard to find because you got grown dudes, man. But we was
and the NFL's a business much more than college was back then.
And we had you came in there and we laughed, we joked, we went out together, man. Like you just saw all the stuff you think about dudes doing college, we was doing it.
Mm.
I mean, you talking about Rod Woodson, you talking about Ray Lewis, you talking about Shannon Sharp, John Ogden, you talking about Hall of Famers, Ben Coates, like Saragusa. I mean, let's go on and on. Jamal Lewis, and we all just, it was the damnedest thing. But that's why I think Baltimore been so good over the years, man. They know how to draft talent, but also draft character. The best teams, man, are the teams that you got to have talent, man, but it's got the team that gel the best. And, man, we just gel. I mean, we couldn't really score like that. It was like,
I remember.
It wasn't like we was a juggernaut on offense.
Right.
But we could stop people. But our offense won't try to be something that they won't neither. They knew what took, how we win the game. We hand the ball to Jamal. Trent, you controlled it. But when everybody took their ego and set it aside, I'm pretty sure if you was a receiver on the team, you really didn't. They wanted the greatest run for you, you know what I'm saying? Because we handed the ball off to Jamal.
And you let the defense win games.
Let them win games.
And, you rattled off the names of all those guys on defense, man.
Starks.
That's legendary stuff.
Yeah, man. I was fortunate enough to be able to play with my college teammate Sharper, So it was Cornell Brand from Lynchburg. So me and Cornell, we was on the same. It it was a lot of good that happened out of my situation going to the league. Even though it was short, even though it was like very short snip, it was a great trip.
And you got a ring.
Got me a ring. Something that, hey, look, can't even put a price tag on it. I couldn't even put an amount of money on that year. Right? You know, like everybody would want to try to, how much can I spend to be a part of that for a year? It was priceless. Priceless. Like I'm down in Tennessee now. And we call him the Brahma Bull. Jamal come back. Just like we just was still like playing in like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's been, that team was special. That was a special team.
So then you get into coaching. Cleveland doesn't work out. You get cut, final cut right before the season. Talked about the back injury. You know, I mean, you realize not going to work out, and you take a GA job at UVA.
Yeah. Coach Groh. Coach Groh. Well, actually, Al Golden had called me. He had called me and said, hey, Coach Groh looking for guys that played here that want to coach. This was like March, April. I'm still kind of in this rehab trying to come back. But I went to the doctor because I was having these sharp pains down my back or whatever. So I called Coach Groh and I'm like, Coach, can you give me a month, man? I got this test out. He's like, yeah, take time, like boom, boom, boom. So I come back, I got a bulge of this. I called my wife, I said, look, I'm done. We was living in California at the time. I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this no more. So I said, I'm gonna call Coach Groh and I'm gonna tell him I wanna come coach. So he put me on. Most people don't know that I was like the head strength coach the first year. Like, 'cause the strength coach left after the first game of the season. Coach put me in charge of the liaison to the weight room. So I'm out there stretching them, doing all that. I'm 24 years old, man. Then the next year I go and be a offensive GA, helping Mike with the wide receivers. Do that for a year, and then Coach called me in the office and say, "Would you be the running back coach?" I was like, you done gave me 3 jobs, Coach. I ain't have no background, no clue. He just like, hey, man, I'll teach you what you need to do. And that he did. I've coached running back for 5 years, and then my last year with him, he moved me to the secondary, and I've been coaching secondary ever since 2009. But
tell me about Coach Groh, because I grew up in New York, huge Jets fan. He left the Jets to come back to Virginia. It was it felt like he brought the Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells mindset to college. Like, we heard it all the time. I'm playing chess. Everybody else is playing checkers. Right. Didn't have time for the media. Different dude.
Listen, man, that man like my surrogate father. Like, he took me, who hadn't coached nothing. Then everybody think, oh man, you play, you can be a coach. Like, really? Nah, not really. He took me and like kept seeing stuff in me that I ain't even seeing myself. I'm like, man, Coach, why you put me in the weight room? Like, then make me like in charge of the weight room, and then put me at the wide receivers, then put me at the running back, and never let me fail one time. I always said, man, look, I'll teach you what to do. And what he did, he taught me how to coach. I still talk to him to this day. If I got to make any big decision in coaching, I'm calling him first.
Really?
Oh, for sure. Like, and he elevated me all the way through my steps of my career. And like people don't do this for young people no more, like young coaches. That man could have hired anybody in the country with experience. He didn't have to sit there and waste his time trying to teach Poindexter how to coach. I didn't really know Coach like that. I knew who Coach was because I played with Mike, but me and Mike weren't the same age. Coach was coaching in the league, so it wasn't like he was always at Virginia. I met him one time, and he's still taking good care of me. He's still taking good care of me. And my wife, man. Like, he the best, man. I know everybody got their own opinions about him, but you can't. He the best to me.
He gets fired. you're in limbo. They keep you on in sort of an interim position until they name a new coach. It winds up being Mike London, but you're offered plenty of other coaching jobs, but you wait.
Well, luckily, you know, Mikey called me and he knew he was getting this job.
Okay.
So it was a little bit less hectic than it looked from the, you know, now I just decide like, you know, if you're going to stay or whatnot. And at that point in my career, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think I was ever going to leave Virginia. I didn't think I was going to leave. You know, what other shirt I'm going to put on and be able to go and talk the way I talk about Virginia. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at my young age, that age, I'm fresh off playing. I'm fresh off of
Virginia's home.
Man, like my folks right down the road, my kids growing up with their grandparents, my in-laws that moved to Charlottesville, like where I'm going. So I stayed with Mike. But then like Diaco called me. We had worked together with Coach Groh, and he was like, man, I want you to come be my DC. And my wife looked at me like, if you don't leave now,
you're never leaving.
You're never going to leave.
And this was at UConn.
Yeah. So I had no attraction to going to the Northeast or to going to UConn. But I'm like, be the DC, maybe this is a move I need to make to get my career, you know. Mm-hmm. And it is, to this day, it's probably the best move I ever made as far as just being in the profession and coaching. You know, you go up, you be the DC. Now, we won't great, but, you know, it was a great experience.
Before you go on, talk a little bit more about leaving, you know, the decision to leave Virginia, how hard it was. I mean, they retired your number up there. I mean, you talked about all the accolades, All-American, Playboy All-American. I mean, just all that, you know, I mean.
It was hard. Like hard. It's just, man, like home. I had been there as long as I had lived here. So I lived in Charlottesville as long as I lived in Forest, Virginia, where I grew up at that point when I was about to leave. So it was my kids loved it. They were entrenched in the community along with my wife. She was entrenched in the community. They had their setup. They're going to St. Anne's. They, you know, like I say, my in-laws right there, my mom, dad, all my family right here. It was, and again, man, I'm coaching for the school I gave it all for. And I'm thinking to myself, again, where can I go and have that kind of love and that kind of passion for a place? And when I talk to a kid, I know I ain't lying to him. I'm the example of, look, this is what UVA did for me. You know, at that time in my career, it was hard for me to kind of separate the things. So every time somebody would say, man, you got to leave, I'm like, why would I go and put another shirt on when I can be authentic in these people's houses because I'm really telling them a real life story.
Right.
So, but that point, I probably 9 years in coaching, something like that. It was just, how do you keep advancing in that? How long can you stay? You know, like, how can you keep yourself in the business? I just didn't know enough people at that point. So I had to move to go meet more people.
Develop the relationships.
Because, I mean, this business, I mean, now it's a lot about relationship, who you know, and, you know, just getting connections. But, so that was that, but it was a hard decision. Like my oldest daughter, man, she was about to go to 9th grade, bro. And she had been at St. Anne's her whole elementary, middle. Man. So her friend group set. Oh, man. I remember going to Hagen's house, him and his wife's house, when I broke the news to her. And, man, I was like, I was a bad dad that day. But ended up working out great for her. She found track. You know what I'm saying? So it really kind of worked out for my kids on all my moves, that they found something that, you know, Charlottesville didn't have, the school they was going to didn't have a track team. Both my daughters now, my oldest ran track at UConn and my youngest running track at Howard now. So would that ever gotten, you know,
right.
Wrestling won't really a thing for my son in Charlottesville. He go to Connecticut, find wrestling. He ended up going to college for wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So kind of, for them, it kind of worked out, but it was hard. It was hard.
So you said that may have been one of the best career moves that you ever made. You're at UConn, you're the DC, you then go to Purdue. What was that like? You weren't there very long, right?
4 years.
4 years,
okay. I was at Purdue longer than UConn.
Okay.
It was great. I mean, I didn't even know Brom. I ain't know none of them.
So how'd that work out?
He called me out the blue. But he see that I'm the DC at UConn. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. We had never spoke. I ain't know nobody on the staff, nobody. I had a resume or a profile that he was looking for. Had got DC experience, coaching secondary. Man called me out the blue, man. I ain't know if I had him, bro. And ended up out there for 4 years, which was great. I had never been in the Midwest. We had some success. Then we end up getting a call from Coach Franklin. And at that point, I was like, I need to get closer to home. That was going to put me probably 11 hours to Purdue from here. It's 5.5 from Penn State. So
Closer. And I'm in Penn State.
And it's Penn State. Yeah, Penn State. So, which we had a great run there, man. It was great. So I'm just starting a new chapter at Tennessee, man.
Talk about Penn State for a second. Coach Franklin now at Virginia Tech. Coach Pry back at Virginia. That's a little weird to go from the head coach, to the DC at the same school, kind of right after it. And I mean, you coached with both of those guys. You're at Tennessee now. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but was there an opportunity for you at Virginia Tech?
Yeah, it was.
Could you have ever done it?
You know what? In this business, I would have had man, you got to go where the job at, whatever, would have been hard, yeah. yeah. And I think it's because of my relationship with the school, with UVA, and what it means to me and what I think it has done for me. Now, I got to feed my family, so I mean, I got it. Right. But if it was other options, why not? Let's keep it separated from right now.
So a few years ago, you got inducted in the College Football Hall of Fame. Right about that time, Virginia was looking for a new head coach. Mm-hmm. Reading tea leaves, hearing from people who knew a lot more about it than I did. But I mean, it came out that you were smack dab, in the mix for that head coaching job.
Yeah, it was a little bit crazy, man. I was I was supposed to go there to be the DC. Bronco was going to hire me to be the DC. And then...
God, you would have loved that.
Then he went and up and,
He's an interesting dude, huh?
No, I love him, man. Like he was nothing but good to me. And then it ended up being the head coach. And, it was right during... I'm getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. And this all going on at this exact same... I'm in Vegas, my whole family there. I'm talking to Lee. Like it might have been the craziest 48 hours I had ever been a part of. I'm like, holy, whatever. And I'm like thinking to myself, man, what am I gonna do? And I think it just worked out, man. Like my place was to stay at Penn State. And whatever's gonna happen with me and my school and us in Virginia when I get back, or whenever I get another chance to be there, it's gonna happen. I don't want to try to force it. I don't want to try to, because I want it to be right. Because I don't want it to, you get there and then all of a sudden it blow up and then it's like, come on, man. Like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be right, everything be in place. I think the best part of what I did was with all this new landscape. And now all these schools get a chance to figure out how they're going to maneuver it. Mm-hmm. Me, first time head coach, diving right into that landscape, how we going, man, I don't know. So I just think Wayne's work out for how they're supposed to.
How close were you to taking that job?
Close.
Was it offered to you?
I can't say that, but I was close.
You can't say that, meaning it wasn't, or
nah, I can't. I just say Carla did. She did right by me. The school did right by me. Like I say, man, I love my school, and if it's meant for me to go back there and work, it's meant for me to go back there and work. You know.
It strikes me, and we're seeing now a lot of college head coaches bailing on college because of the way the game is changing, right? I mean,
yeah.
We're seeing college head coaches retire. We've saw some head coaches take coordinator jobs in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because they want to coach. And with all the other stuff going on, NIL, the transfer portal, college football is so different right now. It feels like there's no loyalty. I remember watching an interview with Carson Beck last year before the national championship game, and someone asked him, so are you still going to class? And he laughed. He's like, I haven't gone to class in years.
Right.
And they're chasing money. And it's, when you talk about what your experience was like at UVA, it almost feels like it's not like that anymore.
No, but you got to think about it like this too. And I tell people, the kids only doing what the business been doing for years. Like, at the end of the year, before all the NIL stuff, you were saying the coaches, man, they always on the move. Like they
right.
So look, I tell kids, man, you got to do what you feel is best for you. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I feel is best for me and my family. When people say loyalty that way, everybody going to be loyal to themselves or to who they believe that's most important to them. So I don't get mad at the kids like, hey, I try to build a relationship with them. And if you feel like somewhere else is better for you because X, Y, and Z, well, that's what you feel. A lot of times it ain't really the kid. You got the agent, you got the parent. It's like, because money ain't always the best thing. More money. But sometimes the money is so dramatic that they get crazy not to take it. At that age, man, you probably ain't going pro, man. You about to go hit. You know what I'm saying?
Get what you can, yeah.
It's a different dynamic going on. And you can see how people say, hey, man, you got to go take this because you might not never see that again. And I get it. So I can think like that too, but I can think man, that's money piece you might not never get like that again. But if you got a real team and a real feel for your team, that's something you might not never get again either. You can't get that again. You ain't gonna find an old man league and then you can come up with that. You know what I'm saying? That's over. So it's whatever you feel that you chasing or that you want. I can't be the deciding factor of that. I knew what I wanted out of college and I got it and more.
From a coaching perspective though, being a coordinator, being a position coach versus being a head coach, you don't really have to deal with all that stuff and you really get to do and I'm not saying this for you, maybe it's true, but I could see where, being a head coach, it's almost like this isn't football anymore.
It's hard for the head coach to do football. It's hard.
And if that's what you love, if that's your passion to work with the guys, and I've seen video of you at Tennessee in practice and you're animated and you're excited and you love what you do.
Yeah.
And it just feels like being a head coach, maybe you don't get that.
You don't. Now, what you do get.
Yeah, you do get.
Nah, but like I say, if it happened, it happened. And I'm not, if it's the right thing for me and the right thing for my family, I'm good. I'll make them kind of decisions. But I just ain't been one in this business just to chase jobs. I like being where my feet at, man. I just try to do a good job for the person I'm working for. That's my dad always taught me, hey, man, I hired you to do a job, do the job at the best of your ability, and then you go from there. It ain't, I don't want to be on the phone at the end of the season oh, man, what's over here? Just ain't never been me. I'm not, and I don't hate against people that do, but
right,
it's not me.
Tell me about Coach Knowles.
Oh, you love old Jimmy. He kind of remind me of Coach Welsh. He don't really say much, but he ain't got the mean personality. But he great, man. He great, very smart, very intelligent. One of the best football minds I've ever been around.
True or false? You were in line, I guess when Coach Pry came to Tech, to be the DC, not the co-defensive coordinator, but the defensive coordinator at Penn State, and you went to Coach Franklin and said, Coach Knowles is available, you need to go get him. Is that true?
This past year, like he said Knowles is available. And I'm like, I don't have no ego that way, man. Like, dude just coming off the national championship. Hey, go get him, man. You got to go get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't have an ego that way. If you're bringing it up to me, that means you kind of want to do something that way anyway, you know, so I don't have an ego that way. Whatever's going to happen for me is going to happen for me. And look, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to, like, man, I got a great job. And look, and my dad said sometimes you better be careful what you ask for anyway. So you chose to go back with Coach Knowles. I'm sure you had plenty of other opportunities after Penn State. And for a second, let's talk about that. I mean, you guys had a ton of success, but the bar is so high at certain places that even being really, really good, even being great, but not being elite. Yeah.
I mean, not playing for championships or getting to the Final Four or whatever. I mean, not good enough. And that happened at Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, and my thing is, Coach Frank, and just in my opinion, he deserved better than what happened to him. Now, whether you're going to do it at the end of the year, I think they should, you know, let the man have his season. Like, see if he can, but that's just me. It's the business we in. You starting to pay the kids. You know, you talking about $30, $40 million rosters. You know, coaches getting paid at a clip of crazy. Like, people ain't saying, hey, man, you got time to develop these guys, man. This win now.
Right.
This ain't no...
Right, because you don't even know if those guys are going to be around to develop.
Look, man, you on 1 years now, like, so, and that's just a piece of the business, and you got to get used to it, and it ain't like it's good, bad, or indifferent, but you know you got to coach, and the expectation, and it ain't just at Penn State, it's at everywhere now.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to win, and win now.
So you're at Tennessee. Coach Knowles picked up the phone, called you, and, I mean, you have that much respect for him that you were like, yep, I'm coming.
First off, I had just been with him for 1 year, like, look, 6 months, a year, whatever we were at Penn State. And I thought it was just an honor for him to say, hey, this man been coaching 30-something years, and he going to say, hey, Dex, you want to come with me? So I'm like, you must respect how I coach, you must respect who I am as a person. And I was like, yeah, why not, bro? Like, let's go there and see what we can get done. So, good man. Like I can say, like, you look at him, but he's very kind-hearted. He'll get his shirt off his back, man, and he know how to coach. And very great teacher. So, we should be able to play some good defense.
You haven't coached a game yet at Tennessee, but, I mean, 100,000 people. And you had that at Penn State, too. Just a different... I mean, but now SEC, right? And everybody talks about SEC football. I mean, what's it been like so far there?
You can tell you're in SEC.
Yeah.
You can tell.
For example?
No, just you. Everywhere you go, man, they know you. Like, I mean, it's you. I mean, and I got to say, it was kind of like that at Penn State. I mean, a little bit, but they know you, and this expectations put outwardly, they gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Not even in a bad way, but it's like, hey, this is what we expecting, coach. This is why you here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's the challenge. Like, you don't go coach at Tennessee anyway if you ain't ready to win at the highest level. So, but like I say, Penn State prepared me for being in this league with the kind of pressures of the winning and the kind of stuff. So, I mean, like for me, I'm just gonna go coach and have fun, man, and you know, I think that'll all take care of itself.
You know the words to Rocky Top yet?
Good old Rocky Top. How can you not? Like they sing it.
That's one of the great songs.
Oh,
man.
my goodness. And they play it in any version you want, buddy. They play it in all the different versions. So.
What do you expect from your team this year?
You know what? It's hard for me to say because I wasn't there last year. So I don't really, like I can watch our defense and say, man, look, we can be pretty damn good, you know. I just don't know all around team and like, I don't know who we play again. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, but I mean, like I said, we expect to win. I mean, and expect to win big. I mean, that's how it's going to look. I don't really know yet, you know, how we going to get it done and what that look like. It's going to be interesting to see.
We're about a month away.
Yeah, I know. Somebody said it the other day. I think this lady said it was 38 days, 39 days or something. So,
You excited?
Yeah, I am. You know, we got this last little stretch off where I was able to come back home. But when I go back Monday, we had almost a month off. So it's that time.
It's getting serious.
Yeah, it's that time. But, you know, like you do it for so long, it's going 25 years. So like your mindset and you just get like your body already saying it's time to go now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just your brain ready to click. They know it's time to play coach ball and do it a certain thing. And
talked about how college football's changed. Some news in the last week, one of your guys, Arian Carter, suspended 2 games because he took a $400 plane ticket from an agent, paid it back.
Yeah.
$400, and these guys are making, in some cases, millions of dollars to play the game. Crazy world.
Crazy world. Crazy. You know, I don't want to speak on it too much, but it's just crazy. It's crazy. But, you know, hopefully things will work out for that young man, you know, that he don't lose his 2 games.
Dex, we've talked about a lot of stuff. And I want to finish up by talking a little bit more about your family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we've talked a lot about your parents and, you know, their influence on you growing up and your wife, Kim, your 3 kids. Talk a little bit more about how important that is and the support that you've gotten. You know, you talked about your parents early on, but obviously, you know, your coaching career bouncing around, leaving Virginia and your kids leaving St. Anne's Belfield. And, but I mean, the support that you've gotten from them.
Well, really, it all started with my wife, man. Like you get into business, I mean, you better have a special one, you know, and sadly about me, I was playing when Kim met, when I was married, I was playing. Then I bring her into this world. I went from being home quite a bit. I go to Virginia, man, I'm working 19, 20-hour days right off the bat. We got my oldest and my son. He's 6 months, my oldest 2 or 3. And it's like, she there by herself. She from the West Coast. So I got her all the way out in Virginia, place you don't even know. And my wife just been able to adapt the whole time, man. Like she got a personality like mine, so she been able to adapt. You know, then my family was right down the road, so she was able to, she's very close to my family. Then like a year later, her family moved out here. Mom and dad moved out here because she's an only child. So we got our infrastructure set. And still, like she just still have to, I mean, she raising them, she taking them over here. I wouldn't have put them in St. Anne's Belfield. She put them in St. Anne's Belfield. You know, like it's, then my little baby born in 06, Chloe Bear. So she born like a week before I go on the road recruiting. So then I leave. I'm like, I mean, it just, one thing after another. My wife just taking it, but she done took it all in stride, man. And
good luck with the newborn. I'm out here.
I'm out. I'm like, I'm on the road. And she got the 2 little ones. Like, so it's like, oh man. But she didn't always understood what I was trying to get done. I think she knows my passion, but I think she realized, and she tell me this all the time, like, this what you good at. So, and she hadn't stood in my way of trying to reach my goals. She the one really pushed me the most to achieve and do other things and go for things, you know. So, and now they all out of the house. So she get to reap the benefits of being an empty nester. So, you know, but she right there by my side. My kids, they always by my side. They my biggest supporters, and you know, I just try to do things for them, monetarily give them a better life than I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, love-wise, I'm still trying to catch my mom and dad. Right? You know, I'm still, monetarily, I can do some things that my mom and dad couldn't do for me. Then my dad worked the same hours I worked. He was just doing real work. But but then also my brother, man. You know, my brother, I patterned a lot of my game and how I did things after him. You know, he older, so the kids love their uncle. So he's still coach over at Brookville. So then I got so many cousins and first cousins around here. So I guess, I just got a good family set up.
You know, you talk about your kids and wanting to give them more than you had. And I think we all want that.
Right.
You know, monetarily, but there's also kind of a line where you want to teach them the work ethic and to earn it rather than just being handed it. How do you deal with that? Because obviously, you know, you're doing pretty well financially. You're coaching in the SEC. You know, I mean,
but somehow,
but there's a balance there, right?
When I was younger in the coaching, like my kids would come down here. Like I would just send them. Like, well, down here it is what it is. Like they my dad had my son on the tractor. He working him, like take him over to the farm. Like I've been blessed that my kids though they want to work. Like my daughter came home this summer. She don't have to work, but all my kids they gonna find jobs. They trying to make their own money, and I think it just through my wife, myself. Like now look, we gonna take care of them. Like they ain't gonna want for that. Right. But I ain't just. Like they get the same rule my daddy had. Ain't nobody just sitting around my house all summer just. But I don't even have to ask them. My kids, of all the things I done taught them, and my wife done taught them, they done took that trait. And like my dad told me the last time he saw me, he's like, man, you did good like that way. Like my kids like workers. They ain't sitting around. They want to go work. So, and they ain't looking for no handout from nobody. They want to make their own money. I'm
willing to hearing from that from your dad. Not much means more than that. No. And because there's certain things that he taught me that I wanted to teach my kids. And work ethic was one of them. Like, you want something, you got to work for it. And like you say, me and my wife can do some things for our kids that my folks couldn't do for me. But my kids understand the value of that. And I spoiled that one right there. My little baby, I spoiled her. But she a girl and she the last one. So, like I'm like, hey man. But she know how to work, but if she want a little something extra, I always, and my wife, she hated, she'd get on my high pop, but hey, what you gonna do? I'd ask what's next, but you know, you just got to Tennessee and you talked earlier about you work the job that you have, and if something else materializes later on, you'll deal with it at that point. There's no real plan. It's just, I'm at Tennessee and time to get to work because you got a big season coming up. Yeah, let's win at Tennessee, and you know, everything else it'll fall in place. You know, if you do what you're doing, supposed to do at the job you at, I just think everything else it'll fall in place. And I like Tennessee. I like to stay there for a while if I could. I really do. Do you? But I think we know. Like anything, you got to win if you want to stay, you know. So that's our goal, and that's our charge, and that's what we concentrating on now. But Lynchburg, Forest, Charlottesville still mean the world to you. Oh yeah. I wish I could come back more often, but it's good that my in-laws live in Charlottesville, so we can go there and visit. And then my mom and dad, obviously, they still live here, so. It's good. We got both things in our life that we, you know, it's just the hardest part is just trying to get here during the off season. You know, we got a little place down in Florida that me and my wife bought like 7-8 years ago. So we go down there like when I get chunks of time off, but this place means the world to me. Anthony Poindexter, Dex, here on No Holds Barred. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, Rich.